Our village is evolving, and the next step in that venture is giving our librarians, and their knowledge of enchantments, a proper place to work. Namely, a library. Let's get started. The library is going to be a bit of a central fixture in our town, you know, right on town square. The problem is, we don't have town square marked out in any way, shape, or form. So, before we can actually build the library, we need to plan out town square. Our town square needs to be in the, center of the village, and looking around from my obviously incredibly high tree viewing area here, I'm thinking, right in that area there. I was thinking, obviously over here would be more convenient, but I think there would be closer to the center of it all when we're done. So, time to chop some trees. This looks to be about the amount of space we'll need to plan out the town square. Obviously, I'll have to chop down the trees over there at some point, but that point is not today, so I'm not going to do it. Now, we need to, actually plan out the size of the town square, and I'm thinking, I don't want this area to be, completely flat, but, okay, how do town squares work? They're, generally some sort of, open area, right? Where people can put, market stalls and whatnot. So, we're going to plan out said little area. I guess in theory, it'd be more square-ish. So let's make it be, this big. I guess, this can be, the square part of the town square. And then we're gonna end up building a town hall at some point, probably, but that's not our current problem. Our current problem is the library, and I think I want to put it here. Or, actually, you know what? No, yeah, I think I want to put the library, right here. So, let's move this out a little bit. And then we need to plan out the library's actual size. I have changed my mind. We are actually going to build the library over here. And then we can smooth this out and build up the thing, the ground a little bit. And then we can put a barrier wall here and it'll be neat, okay? It'll be cool and I won't have to smooth out over here as much. And we will have more space for building it. So, actually what I'm going to be doing is placing dirt. So, I have taken a look at a couple of reference images on Pinterest. You know, I just searched up Minecraft walls and then scrolled through to see what exactly people did to make walls look better than this. And the answer to that is A, texture, and B, details, which noter. But anyways, how we are going to do that is quite simply, we could probably put some stairs along here, because this looks a bit weird. And then we want to put something like that, just to add some depth or something. Okay, yeah, that looks a bit better. This just isn't visible, so that's fine. And then if we make some stairs, I guess, and we do something like this, maybe? Actually, what if we do this? Yeah, I'd like that a bit. Fill this in like this. And we're gonna call this good for now, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll do something more with this later, but for now, I'm going to call this good enough. Now that I have deemed our barrier wall good enough for now, it is time to figure out what exactly the shape of the library is going to be. And I'm thinking that I want it to have a little, like, outward jut, I guess you would call it, here, and then have it go out on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so this is what the front will look like, sort of. I want it to be 2 stories tall. And then we will bring it back like this, right up to the edge of the wall, I suppose. Actually, probably be kinda neat if we made it, like, right on top of the barrier wall, maybe? We could probably do something cool with that. Perhaps. Mayhaps. We shall see. So we want them to go up into the library, which means that this will be the floor, and then we'll want 3 above that, I guess? Like, here. Because I want it to be kinda cozy, you know? And then in the center, we can have it go up to, like, 4 higher, and then we can have, like, a second floor here, like little lofts, I guess. Does that make any sense? Hopefully that made sense. Because now it's time to talk about block palettes. And to talk about block palettes, I need to show you guys our reference images. Using our reference images to decide on a block palette, we will be using cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, stone brick, mossy stone brick, strip spruce logs, and other spruce blocks. Of course, knowing what block palette we're going to use is all fine and dandy, but we still need to gather the materials. We have a fair amount of cobblestone, but in order to make the mossy variants, we need either vines or moss. So I headed to the jungle I found a couple episodes ago, but once I got there, I realized I had forgotten my shears, and since I didn't want to trek all the way back home and back again, I started to look around for some coal and iron to smelt up to craft the shears. So I mined the iron and coal, crafted up a furnace, smelted the iron, crafted the shears, only to find out I'd had shears on me all along. I'm great at this. After the whole shears debacle, I gathered up a stack and a half of vines and headed home. Back at home, I traded with villagers a bit, then headed over to the spruce forest because, you know, we need spruce. So I chopped down a bunch of trees till I had a stack and a half of spruce logs and a little over a stack of spruce planks. So I've crafted up the mossy variants, and here is all of our current building supplies for this particular build. It probably isn't everything we'll need to finish the build, but I figure it's a good starting point. So, let's start building up the base, shall we? And I think for that, I think we wanted to start with the bricks and then go up into cobblestone, perhaps, maybe? Let's start by just laying down the cobblestone, and then we'll go in and detail the walls, I think. Either way, cobblestone walls. So we now have some walls up. I didn't put anything here because I'm not entirely certain if I want this little area to be like a front porch or like a jut out of the wall. So we are going to go back in. I think we want to put in the bricks first and then the mossy variants. Well, we're gonna try putting in the bricks first and then the mossy variants, and maybe it'll turn out that we should have done it the other way around, but bricks. So I'm thinking that we probably want some walls and stairs and whatnot to add a bit more depth texture into this. I'm just working here right now. I haven't done anything with anything else, just because I figure working in one spot, I'd hate to do everything and then realize, oh crap, that looks bad. So we're just starting right here, and like I said, I think we want some stuff for depth. So I have to go grab that now, because we got nothing. I'm also gonna see if we have any more cobblestone, because we are concerningly close to out already. So I've got some walls, I've got a couple stairs, I've got a couple more different types of stairs, and I have a bunch of cobblestone slabs. Probably won't get us very far, but it's a start. So let's work on putting in some texture here, I guess. Like if we do... Okay, yeah, I think that's looking a bit better. So I'm gonna do a little bit more, I think. I want to put a little something up there. And then we're gonna whack it with some moss variants. Probably, maybe, we shall see. Adding a little bit more of this first, though. And more depth has been added, like I said. And I'm liking this so far, so guess it's time to add some of the moss. Yes, okay. I like that. Mossy walls are a thing, aren't they? At some point we're probably gonna make some mossy walls then, just to put a little moss in the depth areas. But for now, I really do actually like this. So, time to do this everywhere else. Okay, so this is technically everything except for the back, but I honestly have no clue what's going on with the back right now, so we're just gonna ignore it. And instead, we are going to work on the entryway, and I know I said that this would be a little, like, jut-out thing, but I don't actually like that, so we're getting rid of it. And instead, we're gonna build an entryway here, as one does. And to do that, we'll bring the walls over a little bit. We will have some stairs here, just, you know, like this. And then we'll have trapdoors, normal door. And yeah, let's move the walls in a little bit. So I have extended the walls in a little bit. I don't love the texturing for it. Hopefully that will get better as we put in the actual doorway, and I want to switch this out for cobblestone, just because it looks too, like, jagged otherwise. And then, so I want it to be kind of like big brass, or like large, words. I want it to be like large oak doors, if you know, like, the vibe I'm talking about. Hopefully you do. Because if not, I don't really know how else to explain it, but kind of like going into, like, a great hall. But here, I don't like the lack of depth like this, and this little middle part looks weird. Let's try putting these back in the door instead of making them right up against the wall, and see if that helps. Okay, that does look better. I don't completely love it, but it's what we're gonna stick with for now, just because we're kinda still working on it. And that, I really don't like how obvious the, like, border of that is, but once we put on the second level, hopefully that looks better. I don't know, though. So, really, this does not look all that great, but it is what it is, and to work on the back or to not work on the back. To not work on the back. I'm gonna have to tear down that house at some point. But for now, we are going to build up the second floor, I think. Do I want it to be... Yeah, we're building up the second floor now. Woo! We've got most of the walls up and detailed, except for, you know, the back. But like I said, we are ignoring the back and pretending that it doesn't exist. Also, there's a fisherman villager here for right now, and I don't know. It's just a thing. I am kind of tired. Anyways, so I think I want to put some stripped spruce logs up here just to, like, break up the Montani, I guess. And then that can be, like, a peaked roof there. And then they can be, like, sloped roofs up to join with the peaked roof. I don't know if that explanation made any sense. If sort of similar to something in the reference images. Maybe there'll be something on the screen describing it right now, maybe there won't. I do not know. But strip spruce pillars are gonna go in, and then we'll worry about the roof. So, yeah. Spruce pillars! Woo! What are we gonna make the roof out of? I just realized I have no idea what I was planning to make the roof out of. And this video has been made over the course of like a month, okay? Seriously, what are we making the roof out of? Is it spruce? Is it what? I don't know. My brain, I'm picturing like black tiles, but obviously that isn't an option, so I'm gonna stare at the reference images for a bit and hope inspiration strikes. I've tested it out in a creative world, and we are in fact going to be using spruce for the roof, which means we do not have anywhere near enough spruce. But that is future me's problem, I think. Probably. Probably not, actually. But for now, I've gotta sleep. And now that I am no longer at risk of getting eaten by frickin' zombies or whatever, am I out of food? That's inconvenient. Well, I'm gonna grab more food first, and then we're going to put on the first part of the roof. And so food has been acquired, although I kind of ate it all already, oops. But we now have the first part of the roof done. I say first part because I'm gonna extend the stairs lower down just to make that transition a little less bad looking. And then, the top isn't all the way filled in, and per usual, nothing's gotten done on the back. So now, well, I suppose I should show you guys what, like, the top looks like. We've got this over here, and now I'm gonna put in the stairs down here just to ease that transition up a bit, and put in the second row of stairs on the sides, and also put in stairs on the back, maybe, I don't know. Actually, we're gonna keep ignoring the back, but more stairs. I have figured out how to solve the back problem. Also, like I said earlier, roof progress has been made. I think it looks pretty nice, and like I said, I have figured out a solution to our back problem, and that basically is we're moving the wall out one. So, I'm going to, you know, tear down this house, finally, like I've been saying I will need to do, and then, you know, move the wall back one, and then we'll finish the back. And the back wall is now done. The texturing and all on it is probably not as good as on the other sides because I've been running out of materials for a while now and I'm too lazy to go get more, so I'm just trying to stretch everything out as much as I can. So, now that we have the back wall done, we can actually finish up the roof, which is the next step in this whole thing. And one incredibly bad transition later, the entire roof is now done, with the exception of a little hole on the top, just so that it doesn't become a whole death trap in there. And now, we are going to add a little bit something more to the outside, because as you can see right now, it is kind of plain. We're not going to add too much more detail, though. We're just kind of going to put some stripped logs across here, and then... Actually, let's make sure this looks good first. It does not. We are going to lower this down a little bit, and then we're kind of going to make the logs wrap around the entire thing, I think. And maybe we'll put some pillars on the side, but I'm not too sure on that one. So I've done a little bit on this, and I kind of think I like it better without these cross bits in here. I like the walls a bit more open, So I'm getting rid of these cross bits. However, I think we might keep that pillar over there. Yeah, I think so. Because it's kind of on a diagonal, and I like that. And then we have once again encountered the wall problem, but I think I should be able to make that look fine with adjusting the details in the wall a little bit. And we are going to put some spruce slabs along the top of this at some point. And oh boy, I need to sleep. Okay, it's like 5 seconds later, and as I'm looking at this again, I kind of don't actually like these pillars. I think I'd need to bring the roof out more, and I kind of don't want to do that. So we're just getting rid of them now. So I definitely like it better with all of the pillars taken down except for this bit here. And I will admit the outside currently is still plain, which is, you know, why I was putting in those pillars in the first place. But I think that should be fixed once we put in some windows, which will happen when we work on the interior. And speaking of the interior, I've still got to show you guys my reference images for that. For the interior, we're going to have loft/balcony areas for the second floor with spruce flooring, floor-to-ceiling bookshelves, and windows on the upper floors. Now, to do all that, we of course need some more supplies, namely bookshelves, which took me quite a bit of time to gather because we need a lot of leather for that, and we only had 4 cows, which is, you know, nowhere near enough. So I ended up wandering around killing cows. I tried not to kill all of the cows in a group because I feel bad doing that. And I also found some iron, so that's fun, I guess. Anyways, we do now have enough bookshelves to complete the first floor, and we should just have enough supplies in general to complete the first floor. So let's get started with that, namely by putting in the flooring. So I've got the floor put in, and before we put in the bookshelves down here, I do want to put in the upper lofts, and in an ideal world, I would use ladders as the entrance up, but villagers can't use ladders purposefully, and I do want this to be, like, functional for the villagers to some extent, so we are going to have to use stairs for this. Sun is setting, so that's fun. But, so if we just plan this out, that takes up too much space. What about, like, this? Okay, we should be able to arrange something like this. I'm probably gonna have to fiddle around with it for a bit, but that's the next step. So, these here might be switched to slabs at some point, but here is what I did for the staircase. Might get rid of these trapdoors at some point or switch them out for something else, but for now, this is what we've got. With this stair formation, I am probably going to end up changing the bookcase layout just a little bit, but probably not too much. So, let's put in the actual bookcases now. 'Tis raining. So, the first floor is kind of technically done. I've got the bookshelves set up with some lanterns in here. Oh, I want to put these here because, you know, this is supposed to be functional at some point. Obviously these are all pretty empty, and, like, this is because, on one hand, we don't have enough leather to fill them completely with books. And on the other hand, this is kind of a small village, so obviously they wouldn't have, like, the biggest collection of books. So that is why. Totally. And now, I still don't love how this bit looks, but, like I said, we'll work on that later. Why is this... Oh yeah, I forgot. I put stairs there. Oh, the stairs connect. Wild. I didn't know they did that if there were different types of stairs. I will figure that out later. But now that the first floor is kind of done, I do have to go get supplies for upstairs. Yay. I say yay sarcastically, by the way. I don't like getting supplies. So, when I said supplies gathering, I actually meant getting some glass, and we have some spruce wood here, which means that it's fine. And that's all the supplies we need for now, because we're going to start on the second floor by putting in the windows, so we have a general idea of, like, where stuff can't go, I guess, would be an explanation for that. So, we're going to have a window here, a window here, a window back here, and probably not a window on either side here. But we're gonna start with the two front windows. And unfortunately, I am terrible at designing windows, so I messed around in Creative for a bit, and this is what I came up with for the front two windows. At least we might do a different design on the back, but I'm not entirely sure yet. So basically, this is just 3 high, they need to break that, and then we have a little arch bit here that goes into the roof, and then some bottom bit, and I used the trapdoors to connect it because honestly I didn't know what else to use, and trapdoors are rather convenient. So now it's time to transfer this over to our, actual build and hope that it looks good with the texturing, because I could not be bothered to texture the mock-up I built. So 3 high, my inventory is full, I need to fix that. Arch into roof bit, weird bottom bit, trapdoors, we need to replace that fence for something else. Put in the glass, and now we just have to put it in on this side. And now we have both windows in, and as I'm looking at this, like, from a back view, I want to put in some upside down stairs here, kind of, just to make that less 90 degrees. Ish, so I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna worry about the back window. So yeah, I think that made this look much better, although I don't love... maybe I shouldn't have put in the slabs underneath the slab? And quite a bit of fiddling later, the roof finally looks okay, I think. Does the windows look a bit weird? So it seems like it looks better if I just get rid of that little arch bit at the top, like I've overcomplicated it a bit, maybe? So that's what we're gonna do, unless some other inspiration strikes, which I don't think it will. So we're gonna do that, and then think about the back window. So now that the front windows are sort of sorted, I guess, so it's time to hop into a creative world again. So I'm still working on figuring out the design for the back window, but while I was working on this, I think I figured out a solution for the front windows. So basically we replaced the weird bottom bit with some more trapdoors. We'll see how it looks in the survival world, but I think we're replacing this. Yeah, you guys saw what it looked like. And here is the back window design in theory. We're gonna use brown stained glass again. Let me just put this in here. And voila! I originally was gonna make these trapdoors slabs, but I didn't want to run into the problem of it being too bulky again. So, first, we're going to apply this little change to the front windows, and then we're gonna build the back window. So here's the front windows now, and I do think that it looks slightly better, but I still don't love it. I'm gonna have to work on this some more in the creative world, and we are also really low on, like, trapdoors and spruce wood and stuff, so I'm gonna figure this problem out in the creative world, before getting more spruce, because I don't want to have to go get more spruce. Procrastination. I haven't made any progress on figuring out the front windows, but, I made a pond. I'm very proud of it. Anyways, I did also end up getting some spruce at some point in the survival world, so let's go put in the back window and pretend the front windows don't exist. So, actually, now that I'm, like, in the survival world again, I kind of like this side. What if I just, like, put these stairs back in? Yeah, I don't actually hate that. Okay, I guess we're leaving the front windows as is. But that does not change the fact that we now have to put in the back window. I already dug out the hole for it at least. So I put in the frame, but we are out of glass, so I need to go mine some sand. So I came over to this like sandy beach area because it's the closest thing we have. I know where a desert is right now, and I don't want to destroy all the beaches over by our house. And like, has that village always been there? I feel like I've found it already because I have explored this area a fair bit. So that's probably always been there. I just don't remember it. I don't actually need all that much sand, do I? This definitely should be enough. Also, I don't remember the turtles being this close. I don't remember any of this being this close. I'm gonna be completely honest. Also, this is really ominous. If a single block updates, I'm dead. But anyways. I'm gonna grab the sugarcane and head back to base and smelt this up into glass and then dye the glass and blah 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 blah. Our sand's smelting, and while that happens, I'm going to breed up our cows a bit, I think, because I haven't really made any effort to do that. And we need more cows, especially because we need more bookshelves, and I honestly don't really want to go on another hunting spree. And then also harvest up the carrots and potatoes and trade those in for some emeralds, I think. And yeah, because I want our armorer to level up faster. I need more armor. Babies! Your heads are so big. Now I've gotta wait. What is the time before, like, you can breed again? I'm gonna look that up. Apparently, it's 5 minutes, so I shall be back. Glass is probably smelted by now, if we're being real. And so we now have some brown stained glass, which should be enough to fill in the back window. So now we just gotta place that in and look at the front windows again, because I'm still not entirely sure if I like those. Like, I know that I said that I decided that I like those, but like, it's now been like 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's actually been a month because I've been working on a Halloween costume all of October that I haven't actually ended up wearing because I did not feel good on Halloween and the weather was really bad and it was just bleh. Anyways, so front windows. Yeah, I actually kind of don't hate those. But back windows I need to put in the glass. So that's what's going to happen. Hello, sir. And so the back window is now installed, and it's looking pretty nice, if I do say so myself. I do feel like overall the build is just kind of missing something, but I am nowhere near good enough of a builder to tell you what it's missing. So we're just gonna leave the exterior as is, and that's, you can't get through here. You gotta... Villagers. Alright, anyways, as I was saying, now we just really need to finish off the top. So I'm thinking, I want to put lanterns on each of the fences there, you know, just so for some nice symmetry. And then this is going to be some workstations up here. So, like, a lectern there and there, lectern there and there, some bookshelves on these walls. And I don't know if over here is going to be bookshelves or lecterns, but either way, we most definitely need more bookshelves, hence the cow breeding. So I'm going to... What am I going to do? Well, first I'm going to do math, actually, because I need to know how many bookshelves we actually need in total, because I am going to use some of the empty bookshelves and whatnot as well. So, let's see here. I think this is going to be a bookshelf here, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 25 bookshelves. And then this is... I don't think I'm actually going to put bookshelves on this back wall, because, like, that's right where we walk up.
So that's 25, and then that's mirrored over there. So that's 50 bookshelves, and I think I want about half to be normal bookshelves, half to be the chiseled bookshelves. So that's 25 chiseled bookshelves and 25 normal bookshelves. And the chiseled bookshelves is literally just wood, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And then what's bookshelves is wood and 3 books, right? And a book is so 3 books per bookshelf, and each book is 1 leather, so that's 3 leather for 1 bookshelf, and we need 25 bookshelves. 3 times 25 is 75, so we need 75 leather. Oh boy. Okay, so I've made like no progress on getting leather or anything, but I just had an incredibly upsetting realization in that each book requires 3 paper, and I believe that sugarcane should have a 1-to-1 crafting ratio. Yeah, so we need 75 leather, but we also need 75 sugarcane. I love it here. Every time I do this, I just keep remembering that one clip from Hermitcraft 8 where whatever, had just bred up a bunch of cows and then blown them all up for an enchanting setup. I need more bookshelves than for an enchanting setup, and I don't even have an enchanting setup yet. What are my priorities? Why is this my life? When I started this world, I was in more of a building fix, and now I really want to do some redstone, so I'm thinking I'm going to move the iron farm episode up in my plans, because I was going to build some storage before I built the iron farm, but like, I don't... nah.
So I got all the leather and almost all of the sugarcane, and then crafted them into books before I remembered I should probably record doing that. So oops. We are probably about 7 books short, but for now we are going to ignore that and instead craft our bookshelves that we can make. We need 3 more sugarcane. Oh boy, math. I am so good at it. I'm going to grab the sugarcane, make the book, and then I will make the, oh, I forgot to mention, I have been expanding our crops quite a bit, trying to, put in some paths over there and whatnot, because I do want the fields to, like, spread off the entire island eventually. Probably won't happen for a bit yet. I haven't expanded anything with the potatoes or anything. Expanding up this hill is so annoying. Anyways, like I said, I've got some paths in down to the shore area. I expanded sugarcane. I expanded our hay quite a bit, and this is what our cow pen looks like now. I might need to trim down the numbers of that at some point. Anyways, where was I? Right, sugarcane. I need sugarcane and then chiseled bookshelf, and then we'll make the second floor. Also, I was scrolling on Pinterest, as one does, and I found some inspiration to make our little retainer wall look a bit better, so we'll probably do something with that as well. But first, bookshelves. And so, we have both the normal bookshelves and the chiseled bookshelves, and I'll need to make some books for the chiseled bookshelves, but like that's later me's problem. For now, we're going to go and put these in the upper level of the library. Oh, and there was also one other thing I forgot to mention of stuff I've done while breeding up the cows because I was bored. I put some vines on our little horse pen here. Hello, Neil. We've got to give him a name tag soon. Those are sold by clerics, right? I think so. Otherwise, we'd have to, like, go looking in a mine shaft, and I don't want to do that. Right, we're going over here. Also, I traded for a bell from this guy, because do you have any idea how bad? So, like, this is the only trade. Well, iron probably too gets a decent bit, but, like, I don't have any iron 2 trade. These have such horrible percentage gaining right now. It's tragic, and I want a refund. The farmers didn't decrease that much after they leveled up. It's horrible, truly. Anyways, I should probably grab my silk axe in case I muck up replacing silk axe, silk touch axe. Right. Let's start on this side, you know, just for funsies. Let's see here. So let's do like bam. Okay, I think it'd be funny if all of like most of the ones on top were kind of empty. And then over here, we'll do basically the same thing. I've got to sleep soon. And I've got both sides filled. Actually, wait, no, I don't. I've got to do up to here. So those are definitely all going to be empty because I do technically need more bookshelves for the lecterns. So yeah, this is kind of a pathetic looking library, isn't it? Like I said, I'll fill them up with books at some point. Ooh, we could fill them with enchanted books that we trade for once we've gotten a bit more like established with the villagers and stuff. That'll be fun. Doing a whole lot for only having one librarian villager that won't even move in here yet because we don't have a house for them. And I want to have a wall up around the village before I let the villagers wander around free so they don't get like eaten or something. So technically this will just be a whole lot of nothing for a while. Anyways, I'm gonna make up the lecterns and then put those in, and then we'll talk about the wall idea I had. We are actually pretty close to done. That's kind of surprising, actually. Anyways, lecterns. There is another thing I did whilst breeding up the cows I forgot to mention, and that is I put some moss onto the building, so that might help a bit with the whole something's missingness that we've got going on right now. And I've got the lecterns, so we just gotta put in the lanterns and fill in the roof and hope it's bright enough in here to not spawn any mobs. That's kind of all we've got to do left. This is totally not taking me like 3 months. Anyways, we're gonna grab the lanterns. And then, like I said, I'm gonna talk about Walla idea I had. So this is the interior of the library now done. This is a bit of a jarring transition, I realize. Not entirely sure what to do about that. And then I'm also still not sure what to do about just like the something that's missing from the exterior. So if anyone has any ideas for that, please let me know in the comments. But before we wrap it up here, I want to talk about or make an adjustment to this wall. I found these really cool looking walls on Pinterest. They will be on the screen right now. And I just kind of wanted to do something simpler but similar to, I believe it was called the city wall. I'll like put an arrow pointing at the one I'm referring to. But like some trapdoors and then some stone slabs on top and like walls kind of as like little parapets. I don't know technical terms. Anyways, we don't have spruce trapdoors is the thing. I'll get some spruce trapdoors and then you guys can like see what I'm talking about. So this is what I'm planning on doing with the rest of the wall. So we have the trapdoors with some normal spruce planks interspread in, just to add some texture. Actually, I might put another one in like that, just to, you know, add some like texture to the wall, and then even like putting one there, just so that looks not completely uniform. And then I've got the pillars kind of as like some stair wall combination thing. And I'm mixing in some stone bricks as well, once again, because, you know, texture. So I do really quite like this, so I'm thinking of just kind of extending it along the rest of the wall, and then maybe in the future I'll use like slabs along here, just connecting these two stairs like that, but I'm not sure about that at the moment. So let's fill out the rest of the wall. And this is the part where there would be a time lapse, but something went wrong when it was saving, so no time lapse. And so I've got the wall put in around here. It is a bit clunky in places that I'm not sure what to do about. I was able to like smooth out this area just by, you know, putting a full block there instead of a slab, but it's good for now, I think. If I figure out something more for it, I'll do that. But for now, this is good. And with that, we will be wrapping up the video. Please be sure to subscribe. Next time we will be making a iron farm with a little bit of a twist, so subscribe if you want to see that, or if you like Sims content. The Sims 4 content specifically, not just like, you know, any old Sims content, the Sims 4 content, because I also post that. And yeah, bye!